It is hot.
Hey guys, TrueGreen7 here, and after playing Pokemon Go for the last week, I decided to make a review of the game. I was originally going to make an unscripted vlog-style review, but I have no space on my phone to download a screen capture app, and my camera has a terrible mic. Plus, you guys really did get used to my high-quality video and audio, so I just recorded myself walking around in the park and asked King Nappy if I could use footage of his Pokemon Go Let's Play. Keep in mind that this is a Pokemon Go review, not a Pokemon Go report, so I'm just gonna talk about my opinions, the pros, the cons, and then future wishes. The good stuff! So even before the app was released, I have been going on walks and bike rides almost every day. I would just listen to happy Pokemon music and exercise those quads. Other than my mom on some occasions, the rest of my family would never walk or bike with me. But now that the game is out, my little sister begs to go on walks with me, and my younger brother takes a break from playing Overwatch, and we just catch some Pocket Monsters. Both of my siblings are huge Pokemon fans, so it was totally understood that this was going to happen. And considering I'm a huge fan of Pokemon and I go on walks and bike rides, I'm still going to play this game for so many years to come, even if nobody else does. But now on to the actual game itself. I think the paper toss-like catching game that this app uses is actually really fun. The augmented reality works really well and enhances the experience a lot. I love how the Pokemon respond to the Pokeballs, how they dodge or attack, and even how the ball rolls on the ground when you miss. The models for the Pokemon themselves are really good. As a 3D animator, I cannot complain. When it comes to the distribution and allocation of Pokemon based on climate and region, I think they did a pretty good job. Water Pokemon are near the water and bug and grass types are in the forest. It makes me want to go out and find places that aren't just residential. I live in a suburban part of New York City, therefore I have a pretty decent amount of Pokemon and Pokestops around. If I go to Manhattan, there would be like 4 Pokestops every block, but where I live there is one every quarter to half mile. I always have Pokeballs in stock, but I will go to Manhattan soon and catch them all. During the school year, I will be in Manhattan every day, so overall, I can't complain about the availability of Pokestops and Pokemon, especially since I live in the most populated city in the US. I like how the candies work, cause it really makes catching common Pokemon like Rattata and Pidgeys valuable. It's an ingenious way of making me play the game every day, regardless of my location. And lastly, you guys know that music is a big deal to me. It would have been cool if the music was different based on location, but the current Overworld music is catchy. The quality of the Wild Battle music is subpar compared to the Wild Battle music in the actual Pokemon games, but the Gym Leader battle theme is pretty good. Some parts are surprisingly well composed. I mean, I expected this much from Junichi Masuda, but I just thought that he would phone in the compositions, considering he has to save some creativity for the main game battle music. But I also love how I can turn off the in-game music and play Pokemon music from my own library, while still hearing the sound effects. I recommend to listen to the Kanto Symphony album by Braxton Burks while catching some pokes. The not-so-good stuff. Before talking about the in-game cons, I have to say that as a PokeTuber, Pokemon Go may be a bad thing for PokeTubers. A lot of people are making videos on the subject. YouTubers with millions of subscribers are releasing Pokemon Go content, so now when you just search Pokemon on YouTube, all you see are videos by people who don't even make Pokemon related content. Any non-Pokemon Go video just doesn't show up when you search Pokemon, and I don't know how long that will last. I'm frankly scared, so I hope my subscribers can support my channel at this moment. Now in-game, because of the fact that you can't level up by battling and don't have any plot-driven objectives, I can't really get attached to any of my Pokemon, especially if I just transfer them. This may not be a problem to non-Pokemon fans, but to me it's a big deal. And you guys know how the biggest problem people are having are all those glitches and the instability of the servers. I gotta say that for the first few days, this really bummed me out. Sometimes I would be excited to go catch me some Pokemans, but when I went outside, I couldn't. But I do want to note a few things. I had no issues with the servers in the last 4 days, and I do understand why this is happening in general. This is the biggest app release of all time. How could the servers not have crashed? My Facebook and YouTube app crash all the time. It happens, but it does take you out of the fun. When it comes to gym battles, especially in a populated area, there is no incentive for me to challenge gyms when the Pokemon are always so high leveled, and the fact that even if I defeated a gym, someone else will come and defeat me just a few minutes later. I don't have anybody to help me defeat gyms because my brother, sister, and I are all on separate teams. I don't know how that happened. The biggest problem to me personally is how there are virtually no tutorials in the game. There are just so many things that I don't know and were never explained. And a minor gripe is that the customization is lacking, but I don't care that much. Now I want to address the things that the media has been covering. I think it's stupid to blame the app itself on anything idiotic that players are doing or experiencing. Everybody's playing this game, including the stupid people. If you're playing the game while driving, you're an idiot. And also, don't blame the game for making your kids go outside. And if you live in a bad area, then don't blame the app when you should be blaming poverty and especially the people who make you uncomfortable in your own neighborhood. If you can't go outside, just pick up a main series Pokemon game. But I do encourage people to drop lore modules around hospitals. I like how we can now request to add or take out Pokestops in our local area. Hopefully in the future you can add the ability to trade and battle friends. I'm okay with this not being included in the game at the moment, because when they eventually add more features and more Pokemon, it'll make the game continuously relevant. Right now it's summer in my hemisphere. Maybe Johto Pokemon will be released in the autumn, but that may make Hoenn Pokemon have a winter release, and that makes no sense. Hoenn Pokemon are tropical, and nobody's going to catch Gen 3 Pokemon in the snow. I can't wait to see what happens next, and this game has made people love Pokemon 500 times more than before. I think my parents aren't ashamed of telling people that I'm a Poketuber anymore. In fact, they're proud. This game brought my family closer and cured all of my diseases. I give it an 8.8 out of 10, too much glitching. But if you want to see more Pokemon related content, click the top right clip to go to my video about all the Pokemon features added in the previous generations, and click the bottom video to see my top 10 rejected Pokemon features. Make sure to click the like button if you enjoyed and subscribe for more. Follow me on Twitter and Facebook to hear more from me, and I'll see you guys very soon.